Hey, okay, I'm back again. You guys can't see my shirt. Let me try to so you can let me sit up. So, my shirt, educated, not indoctrinated. So, if you guys follow Ray Sorrell, can't get right apparel, spelled exactly how it's supposed to. That's where I got this from. But so today, I'm going to be talking about knowing when to let go. If you have not already, pick up my book, First I Had to Meet Me by Zeman Show. It is available on Amazon for purchase and stuff. Okay, so usually I kind of have a poem or something to go along with what I am talking about. But this time I don't necessarily have a poem to go with this because knowing when to let go, when to jump ship, or whether it's a work ship, friendship, relationship, family ship, when it is time to go. If you read any of my book, of any of my poems, you kind of get that from that as far as letting things go, becoming a new person. That's why it's called First I Had to Meet Me. When I had to realize myself, when I had to let go of everyone's expectation and what everyone built me to be and be the person that I wanted to be. So, with that, knowing when to let go, this is something that I completely struggle with. So, as no part of this am I know all be all. If you guys have any type of advice, let your girl know because I struggle with knowing to when to let go. And I think a lot for me, what it is I hold on too long. Like, here's the point of letting go. Here's me. Like, girl, I done passed this, came to, hey, beep, beep, let go, kept going because I don't know when to. And it's because of wanting to give so many chances. And because of, and I saw this on social media, that no matter how much good you do or how much good you give is not going to change a situation. Is not. And I think I learned that a lot, especially with work. I have learned that you can be the best employee, hands down, awesome, performing well, there on time, there early. And guess what? Still get overlooked. But you continue to stay because one, it's a place you're comfortable at. Two is paying your bills. Three, now I got to go through the work search again. I have to try to find the job. I have to put in all these applications. I have to wait for interviews and hope I get selected. Then I have to learn this new environment. And how's that going to be? This is already comfortable. I'm already to take off when I need to go to an appointment. I already know how vacation and just learning a whole new system. So that can be very intimidating. So when it comes to letting that go, you're a little hesitant and your employer knows you're a little hesitant. So they know, okay, yeah, she might get upset, but I know she's going to come work. Yeah, he might not like it here, but he's going to still come because they know that about you. Same thing with friendships or relationships. Once a person know they can still do whatever and you're still going to stay, that respect level goes down because one, they know you're going to forgive them. They know you're going to stick around. You might talk a lot of big mess for a second, but you're not going anywhere. So therefore, why do I need to respect you? Why do I need to change? Why do I need to treat you better if I know you're going to accept what I'm already giving you? Same thing with work. Why do I need to give you incentive when I know you've been here for 5, 10 years? I'm trying to get the person that's been here for 2 weeks to stay. You've been here this long. I know you're not going anywhere. So it's that whole respect level. People learn how to respect you by how you show them how to respect you and by what you put up with. When you continue to put up with a lot, when you continue to accept lies, when you continue to do the overtime, even though you said you can't do overtime, when you continue to come in, even though you know, already said you can't make it, when you continue to lose your vacation days because you didn't take them, when you continue to give that ride when you know it's taking you out of your way, when you continue to give that money to that family member when you know that they're not going to pay you back, and when you need it they're not going to be there, or they're going to call you bougie, or they're going to be like, well, you got it, or whatever excuse it may be. When you continue to do that, you show people that that's okay to continue to treat you that way and to continue to do whatever they choose to do because you're that solid rock that's going to be there. So, one thing I would say, a good point of knowing when it is time to let go is when it no longer serves a purpose for you. There's a difference between nitpicking, for instance, oh, okay, I don't want to come back here because I can't find a good parking spot. That's one thing. I don't want to come back here because they continue to disrespect my wishes, or they're not willing to work with me as I see them work with other people, or you lie to me constantly. You tell me you don't know who this person is, but you're texting them, as opposed to, oh, you don't pick up your socks or you don't take out the trash. There's certain things like you can work with, but then there's certain things that is blatant disrespect and not going to change. So that's a good point of knowing when you know it's blatant, it's not going to change. Nothing's going to make it better. You either deal with it where it is or you let go. That's when you know it's time. And when you get to the point, like I said, we're here, let go here, you over here. This is the time where you get to the resentment. That is not a good space to be in. When you start getting resentful, you start not wanting to go to that job because you know what it's going to be and you know you don't have time for that and you don't want to deal with it. You are angry the whole time you're there. You're bitter the whole time you're there. Like this is the emotion you're carrying from the time you wake up to your drive there, to you get there, to your lunch break, to you get off, to your drive home. So you only got those few hours at home where you're letting go, but then, oh, I got to go back because I got to go to bed because I got to get up and go to the, when you get to that resentment, it is a good time to let go because one, we only have this one life. We only have this one go round, and it shouldn't be spent in a place where you're unhappy. It shouldn't be spent in a place where you are just stressing. It's the difference between stressing because you have a project that you have to do and you have a deadline. That's one kind of stress. It's a difference between stressing because I'm continuing to allow myself to accept this disrespect and expect the pizza party is going to fix it. Or, hey, good job on that. We're going to fix it after you've been beating on me, not physically, but, emotionally beating on, mentally beating on me to get this done, to land this project, to land this client. Then it's yeah, you did it. But now it starts that whole process again. At a certain point, it has to be, this is not how I want to continue this life in this place. This job is not for me. And I'm holding back from someone that it is for. I'm holding back to someone. This may be their dream job. They may flourish in this environment, but this environment doesn't work for me. And sometimes we got to realize that is true. There are some environments that other people can be able to handle and you can't. That's why it was one thing I say where people like, oh, my ex, this person they don't look better than me. The next person they with don't look better. They may not look better. You to other people may look way better, but that person is able to meet them where they are and able to deal with them in a way that you weren't able to deal with them. So it may have been just an upgrade, and it's hard to believe that. There's upgrades. The same thing with employers. There may be an upgrade employee out there, and you're holding that back from that relationship, workship from happening because you don't want to let it go, but yet you're bitter and unhappy in the place where you're at. Who's fair? Who's that fair to? It's not fair to you because you're putting that on to yourself. It's not unfair to the people that are waiting for that opportunity. It's not fair to the employers that have an employee that don't want to be there. Same thing when it comes to a relationship. It's not right to continue to be with someone that you don't want to be with, that you just dread having to deal with, having to talk to, having to be around, having to come home to. You just dread it, but you continue staying in place because that's what's familiar, because you don't want to do the whole start over, because you don't want to, go through that full process. And it's a process. Trust me, been there plenty of times. Not to, say plenty, but yeah, been there a few times where having to do that and having to do that whole start over and everything like that. And it's like, when you start to get to the point where you resent this person, where it's like, okay, I don't even ask no more because I know you're going to lie. I know it's going to be a lie. I know you're going to come up with a whole story, extravagant, great story. but it's a story. I know that even though I said, hey, I would like to go out, you're not going to take me out. You're not going to remember an anniversary. You're not going to remember my birthday. You're not going to do this. When it starts to become that to where it's just you're accepting it because why bother? Why give in? That's when you got past that point of when you should have left, because now you're at the point of that, this person just irritates me, that resentful place. Same thing with friendships. When you're giving your all to your friend, when you're there all the time, you're listening to their problems, you are coming through, you giving those rides, you're giving that money, you're watching the kids, you're helping paint, you're helping, do whatever. But when you look at your phone, you're just like, oh, great. Hello. When you got to prep yourself to answer somebody's call, why are they still there? When you have to do that, why are they still there? Why are they still your friend when you are dealing with so much from them that you continue to forgive? Okay, I forgave you when you got drunk and you went off on me. I forgave you when you lost my whatever. I forgave you when you continue to do things that I asked you not to do. I forgave you when you continue to talk to me when I asked you not to talk to me like that. Like when you get to that point and they're not changing and it's, and it's becoming a thing on your mental, why continue that friendship? Just because we've been friends for 20 years, I should continue it. Just because, we grew up together, just because we're neighbors, just because sometimes that just because needs to just be that because that's it. Same thing with family. When you get to a point where it's like, okay, blood, I get that. I understand that. However, that blood is not enough to keep me going in this place through that lifetime. You cannot pick your family. It's what you're born into. It's what you came into. You can't pick it, but you can always pick who you choose to stay in your life. You can always pick who you choose to communicate with and to keep in communication with, and do not let them being family be the reason why you continue to put up with things, why you continue to take the backlash, continue to feel like the black sheep of the family, continue to feel like you can't speak your mind. At some point, we become adults. I get a child stays in the child's place, but when you become that adult, it's like, hey, no, the way you talk to me is no longer appropriate. The way you down me, the way, none of that you should continue to deal with, because you have this one life. You should not go through life settling, especially when you are in your 20s, your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. You shouldn't settle because you don't know how much longer you got and you have a chance to be happy. You don't need to be holding yourself back from what you can truly have to just dealing with things because it's your comfort zone. You have to get out of that comfort zone. You have to get out of that place where it's like, I can't continue to do this. I need to choose me. I need to find me. I need to put me first. I need to be happy, because everyone will continue to draw on you and continue to draw until you cut that off. Your job will continue to call you and continue to expect these things of you until you finally say, I can't be in this place anymore. Either this needs to change or I need to go. Your partner will continue to do these things to you until you say, I can't do this with you anymore. I love you. I've enjoyed our time together, but obviously I'm not the person for you. Obviously, who I am is not what you're looking for. Same thing with that friend. I love you. We've been, through thick and thin. Again, that is not a reason to stay either. Sidetrack, side note. But, I love you. We've been through thick and thin. We've had each other's back. You were here when blah, blah, blah. I was there when blah, blah, blah. But I can't do this with you anymore. I can't continue to be that person in your life anymore. We're family. You gave birth to me. You is my aunt. You're my uncle. You're my cousin. You're my brother. You're my sister. But I can't be in this place with you anymore. I can't exist in this with you anymore. You have to do that. And it's really hard. And it by no way am I saying it's easy, because again, from the beginning of the video, I told you I struggle with this because I always want to be the person where if I keep trying, they're going to realize that I'm trying and that I'm doing a good job. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, we love you. Oh my gosh, you're such the model employee. You know what? Take a week off. Just go ahead and go. We got this. Now, yeah, go ahead and take a few days off. You come back, your work is still there because no one did it. No one could figure out how to do it. It's like, y'all couldn't figure out none of this. Just none. Okay, fine. Trust me, I had that happen before. I went on vacation for a week, went out of state, came back. My work was there on top of work. Things did not get done. I get there, it's like, hey, oh, we got a deadline on this. Can you get that done? Like, so y'all couldn't get it done the whole time I was on vacation, but you want me to come back and rush and put that rush because you couldn't do it. It's just a lot. But I just encourage to just go ahead and, like I said, focal point here before it gets to that resentment, and before you become a different person that you don't want to be, and before you put someone into a different place. Because one thing that we have to realize is how we treat people will affect their interactions with people going forward. When you stay too long and you get to the point of you're resentful, this person thinking that it's okay because it's like, well, they keep forgiving me, or they keep answering the phone, or they keep showing up, or, they figure like you're good, but inside you're just like, inside you're so angry, inside you're so upset, inside you so done with them. You done buried them like 15,000 times, got away with it because you watched true crime. Side note. But inside you're so just whatever, but this person thinking is good. Now going forward, it's going to be hard for them to trust people because they're going to be like, okay, wait, are they truly happy? Because I thought the last person was happy, but then I found out that they weren't happy, but they was hiding it. Or is this really my friend? Because I thought the last person was my friend, but they couldn't stand me. Is this person really going to show up for work tomorrow? Because I thought this last person, they've been showing up for 10 years. And then all of a sudden they blew a gasket and stopped showing up. So it's important to realize, and it's not saying that it's your responsibility to people's future interactions, but when you know and you can prevent things, or, something like that, when you can prevent it, by all means try. Not saying give them a pass, not saying what they're doing is acceptable, because it's not. And it's just, some people are ignorant to the fact of what they're doing. Some people know what they're doing. They know you're going to forgive. They know you're going to answer the phone. They know you're going to show up. They know you're going to cash out. They know you're going to, go fill their car up. They know you're going to cook that meal. They know they can drop their kids off. Like, it's without doubt, they know it. But you just got to get to that point where it's like, okay, I'm not responsible for your future interactions. I'm only responsible for the energy that I'm going to put out there. And I don't want to put out fake energy. Just like we don't like people to be fake with us, accepting things that you're not okay with, staying in positions that you don't want to be in, is being fake. You're being fake to the people around you, and you're being fake to yourself, because inside you don't want this. So inside, yeah, but you're continue to stay and you're continue to play this position and to play this role and to be this person, and that's not who you are. So just know it is okay to let go. It is okay to jump ship. Not every ship is meant for you. Some things are meant for a season. Some things are meant for a time. And when you try to extend it past it, you'll find yourself in that emotional turmoil. You'll find yourself just constantly overthinking, constantly overfeeling, constantly bitter, resentful, because you extended that season that was supposed to end. Think of how, and just thinking of literal seasons. If it continued, we're in summer. If summer continued for the rest through December, and summer continues through March, well, without those other seasons coming in, you missing your food that's usually grown in certain seasons. You're missing, the crops. You're missing just life, vegetation, our trees, like all of this. The trees are continuing. They're not even going through that process of where they're wilting and they're falling and new growth. We're not going through the part of we're getting rain. We're getting, these things are needed. So when you continue to extend seasons that was supposed to change, when you continue to elongate a relationship, a workship, a family ship, a friendship that was supposed to end, you're missing out on one, the next stage you're supposed to be in your life. That person will never learn. That employer will never get it. And they may not ever get it, but you're keeping yourself in that place and you're gambling on the fact that you think you have more time, that you think, okay, I can do this. And then you look up and it's been 5 years, it's been 6 years, it's been 8 years, it's been 15 years, and you're still in that place. And you're still gambling on, okay, it's going to change. Okay, I got more time. And then what happens when your time's up? That's it. That was your whole life. So just know it is okay to let go. I know we're taught that don't give up. Like I said, don't give up for petty things. Don't give up for when you're nitpicking. But when it's really damaging to your emotion and to your mental and it's keeping you in a place and you're not growing, then it's okay to let go. Again, if you guys got any advice for me, because again, it's easy to say, it's so hard to do. I struggle. Like, let me tell you, I've only quit. Well, I quit several jobs, but I only quit one job because I thought I deserved better. One. All the other times I quit, it's because I was moving, because I was starting college, because I was leaving college and moving back home, out of the city where I was going to college and moving back to the city where I lived, because I was leaving the state. Only one time that I quit a job because I felt like I deserved better. And I did get better. It's still, probably think I deserve a little bit better than where I am right now. But I did, but it's sad because I kept myself in those places and continue to be with those employers because I wanted them to, realize the good in me and then be like, oh, okay, we got to reward her. Or, I thought to myself, well, I'm just being unhappy. I'm just doing this. But if I had not taken those steps, I would not have gotten further. And I don't even want to think about how even further I could be if I would have let go when it was time to let go instead of letting go when I finally had an excuse or a reason to let go. Same thing in relationships, getting to the point where I'm resentful on the outside, like, hey, babe, how are you? On the inside, it's like, you know what? I don't care. Care how you doing. I don't care if you call me, but I'm gonna act like I care. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard from you all day. Inside, it's like, I'm glad I ain't hear from you all day. You know what I got accomplished because I ain't hear from you and I ain't have to deal with your mess? I got a lot done. Okay, I was able to do this, and this. Yep. I'm about to start trading overseas. Got that going on. But, oh, I miss you. Stop. It has got to stop. Stop forcing things. Stop forcing to be family with people because you're blood. Stop forcing friendships because it's been so long. Stop forcing relationships because it's been so long. Stop forcing workships because you figure I'm the best. And they're going to realize it. Like, how dare they treat someone new coming in better and they get more attention when I've been here for 10 years. Just stop. Again, know when to let go. Pick up. First, I had to meet me. And enjoy the rest of your time.